Hello and welcome back. This is Kristen from Life of Crafting, and I'm bringing this paper pack. I literally just Googled it to how I should pronounce it. It's made from ModaScrap. It says Italian scrap style. Google claims that you say this as Sudtirol. No idea. All I know is it's a really pretty paper. So I found this. It has 12 sheets. They are single-sided. I really liked this for doing some gingerbread is what I was kind of thinking. And the colors in here are just like a really nice variety of browns. It's done in a watercolor. I'm starting to learn about myself that I really like this like watercolor style. Yeah, it says designed and printed in France. Doesn't say who it was designed by, but so there's the stripe. There's this really small, like all over and different colored print of deer. I think I have one behind it, yeah. Then there is this one of trees and almost like a quilted diamond pattern. That's like a taupe color. This one I'm not really kind of in love with. This doesn't say Christmas to me, but I'm sure I'll find a way to use it with the ferns. This reminds me of like the Burberry plaid, kind of reminiscent of that. This is just like a random size and dot pattern. Here we have just a regular plaid in a red. Then a two-tone plaid. Another random size color. It's like a tonal and tone of two different reds. Polka dot. This one is almost like almost like in a flower diamond pattern. And I don't know if you can tell, there's like two different color reds. It's like a burgundy and like a bright red in there. And then this almost looks like cork, or like that subflooring that's not plywood. It's like that sawdust kind of meshed with glue and they pressure treat it. I forget what you call that kind of man-made plywood type of stuff. So I think there's a lot in here that I can do to mix and match. And then the last sheet was really cute. They had the two cut-aparts. This Eat, Drink, and Be Merry. I don't like the way they took the plaid, so I may just cut that down. But I did think it was cute. They gave you a few sentiments along the bottom here. Just the Merry Christmas, Hello December, Merry and Bright. A couple things to cut out, which I thought was cute. Let's see how much I do, if anything, with that. Like I said, unfortunately, they are one-sided, so, you know, I can't use the back sides. Sometimes with scraps, I like to do that, where if I have one left, I can kind of flip it over and do something else. So that's what I have for that. And I think what I'm going to use is this Tim Holtz Freshly Baked number 2 die set. It's kind of hard to tell in this packaging. Oh, there we go. I did keep the original. I think the design of these is going to be really good with the design of this. I think the genres kind of go together, so I am kind of digging that. I am liking how they did this, and there's like a gloss in it. They must have used glossy accents on these cookies to give it a glossiness, but I wish there was some kind of paper. I don't know. I'm thinking I may get some of that foam, like in the kitty department, and give it some thickness, like cut the brown out, like in a foam, and then just do the stuff on top. I don't know yet. I want to have a little bit of fun with this. I am starting to, it's getting to the end of September, and I am starting to see that my life is just getting much crazier now with the business picking up. Not so much because I'm doing any work in it, but it ties my husband up so that I don't have him helping me with different stuff. So I'm trying to get as much done and get ahead of this so that I can keep posting through the holidays, and there's stuff on the channel. So I'm hoping I can get through this pack like really quickly so that I can bring you quite a bit of Christmas since we're in that season. It is upon us now. So I'm going to go get a couple things what I'm thinking I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to start by cutting out these and get myself a stash of cookies. So I'm expecting I should be able to make probably at least 20 cards out of this. With 12 sheets, I would think I could get 24, like 2 per card, but we'll see. So I'm going to go and I'm going to make some of these. I do like the cups in here. So I have a couple dies with, you know, the whipped cream and stuff, so maybe I'll make some of those. So I'm going to go make like 2 or 3 of each style, and then I'll have those, and then it'll be good for me to pick my layouts after that. So I'll be back. I'm back, and it just dawned on me that I probably should stop the video now and kind of show you where I am along the way. So I wound up cutting out 4 of 4 different designs. I was going to do the tree, but you know what? There was so many different elements between, and let me show you. Oh, what did I do with the paper? Here's the die. Anyway, you have the outside die, then the like color die that was going to be like this would have been the cookie, and then this would have been the green of the tree, and then there was what was going to be the garland is this third one, and then all the different colors for the balls. I said, oh, forget it. I guess I'm trying to be quick, and this just was not going to be quick. So the first night, I just cut out and did these 2 because they were the easiest pieces. And I didn't put them on the cookie. I just did the, these are the icing parts. I just did this and put the lines on it and this, and I, you know, did that on there. And then I put my glossy accents on there. And the paper wanted to curl up too much. So now I'm doing all of the gluing on the back of the cookie, and then I'll put the glossy accents on top. I didn't like how they came out. I will tell you, I made quite an effort to try and get these little air bubbles out, and there's still like some really tiny, tiny little ones in there. And no matter what I did to try and move the glossy accents to get those bubbles to the top, they were not coming up. So they're just going to be that way. You know, and trying to get it to the edge was a little hard. I used... This was a mat I had. I think I picked this up at one of my friends when they were, I had 2 different people. One, her mother passed away, and the other one went into a nursing home. And it was like one of these things where, like, you know, just take what you need and then give a, like, a donation type of thing. So I think I got it from there. And I glued on that because I figured it would be easy to get it off, kind of like a silicone mat, which I didn't know was at first... any glue that you get on a silicone mat just kind of like rolls up on itself, so it doesn't really stick to the silicone. So I tried that, but I think it also worked against me because, like I said, it kind of let the paper kind of curl up. So I did glue them on the back, and I just, because this was dry, I let it dry overnight, I just put them face down with a S-tape block on there, and it did straighten them out. So that was nice in that regard. But I feel like I need to get to where I'm at with, I did do the boys and the girls. I've been doing these. I liked how bright when you put that on there, like you can see, this is the same paper, and how much brighter it made them. I thought that was kind of nice. The papers I have are craft paper, and I'm going to color these, and I'll do that as I talk. I kind of have had to learn that craft papers, I'm going to have to pick a brand and just stick with it, because every brand has a little bit of a variation. Some of the craft papers are very coarse. They have like where you can see the fibers in it. I almost think of like if you look at a dollar bill, how like you can see stuff in it, which little fact if you didn't know, that a dollar bill isn't actually paper, it's a fabric. I learned that in a forensic science class I had, and they had the Secret Service come in. They're the ones that monitor our currency. But anyway, the craft papers, like, depending on who I had it from, like, were different, really different colors. So I really had to be paying attention when I cut these out, because I want my cookies to all look the same, because I'm not quite sure yet. I may do 1 or 2 per card. I haven't decided, so I feel like I'm going to just start with 4 of each and let it go from there. The other thing I learned is I had to be a little bit more liberal with the ink. I'm using Vintage Photo. This is the regular Distress ink. And I had to start like kind of picking these up and really rubbing on the edges because I wasn't getting the darker edge to stay like I wanted it to. So that was what I thought. Let me get back on before I get too far along. And then my plan is I'm going to do, all I have left is these 4 of gluing on, and the longest that's taking me is I'm putting the, I should before, when you get these small, like minute things, I put them on here and then I just bring them right over because they tend to stick in the board. I have one plate that I use for the bottom consistently and one for the top. And these kind of little pieces get stuck in here. Right here's one. Where did this come from? I don't know. Look at that, because I've had one for every... Oh, wait. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't put it on the one girl. Ooh. I'll have to look, because now here's a second one. I must be missing icing from one of the ones I just did. I'll have to look. But yeah, they usually stick to the board, and I just do them one at a time just to keep everything together, because there's so many different pieces to each one. So I'm going to finish gluing these, and then from there I'll put the glossy accents on. I have the Tim Holtz glass mat. I'm going to stick them on that overnight so that they can dry. And then I will, well, that's depending on how I feel, if I want to keep going tonight. I'm going to pick probably 1 to 2 sketches, because depending on how the original sketch is, I'll probably need a second one for scraps, because even though I have different papers in here, I feel like I got enough that I can mix and match using like a red and a brown together, or a red and a white. If you look at this, splitting it up, well, that was the cut aparts, and I told you this is all one-sided. Actually, I guess I lied. We have 1, 2, 3 white, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 that are in the brown family, and then 3 that are in the red. So it comes with 12 sheets, but you only get 11 that are patterned. So I feel like I have enough to mix and match. I can either do the, you know, these 2 together, these 2. Yeah, so I got enough to mix and match. But I think one big sketch for this would be good. And then I'll pick another sketch, because like I said before, I don't know how much of the background of this. I may just do something with these sentiments and then try and use this maybe on the secondary sketch. So once I have a plan as far as the layouts and stuff, I'll be back. I'd like to give you guys some background into, you know, my thought process when I'm going through this. And now I've kind of narrowed this down to like 3 sketches. And I really like to make my paper stretch, but I think for this particular one, I am just going to forego that and really have fun with the papers that I have and let the papers tell the story and not try to stretch as much. So I kind of got it narrowed down to these 3. And I'm leaning towards this one because I want to be done and I don't want to have any scraps. And I think this is going to be the way I can do it. This one, I could do a paper in the back, but then I'll need something for this and then something for this. I'm thinking replacing this with the cookies I've made. And this is one I'm kind of thinking, no. I mean, yes, I can use a lot of different papers, but I think I'm going to have too much trying to figure out colors and things like that. I think I'm just going to say no on that. And then this one I thought would be good too, because I could do the full sheet and then do like a strip solid with a panel here and put my cookie on top. But I don't know doing this. Well, the reason I'm leaning towards this is because what I'm thinking here is the paper would be 4 inches. I'm thinking if I can do this basically a 3-inch, it'll be a little bit shorter because I want to do my mats. But if I can do this basically on a 3-inch, I can do this on a 1-inch. And I won't have, you know, with these being 6-inch, I shouldn't have too much. I'll probably have a thin strip that's left, but I'm not really caring about that. Then I can just do this in probably the same color that I'm going to mat this as. And then do a sentiment and put my cookie on the center of this. So this is where I think I'm going to roll with this right now, as I just drew on this. And I like to do these in a pen when they're done, and I kind of did that. This sketch, I have no idea. I don't see any markings where it came from, so I can't say with any kind of... I probably found it on Pinterest somewhere, but who knows, and now I just messed it all up. So I'm going to make a concept card, and I will be back. Hello, and welcome back. It's Kristen, and I'm back here with this... Oh, I should have listened to the pronunciation again. Sudtirol? Something. I said it earlier. From ModaScrap. This is the cards that I came up with using this sketch. And again, I don't even remember where I got it from. So I have a lot of measurements. These are the measurements that are most important down here at the bottom if you have any interest in doing this card. So I started doing this and I realized that I was doing these gingerbread cookies and this paper would have been much more inclined to be like a lodge. I was really thinking at one point of just ditching the cookies and doing like a reindeer punch that I had. And I think it would have been much better. But one of the things I realized was the red in this was very much a more of like orangey than red. So I had to really be careful. When I did this, I had to make sure I put the gingerbread on there because the reds really clashed with the red when it was a regular red. So those 3 patterns, I chose to do the browns and the reds in the bigger panel and just do the smaller on the right. I really did like when they were more matching, and like this white just seemed very bright to me, but there was white in the cookies, so that kind of matched up. And then these were the brown patterns, and these were the ones that I was able to use the red on because there really wasn't either any red or very minimal red. And this color, or this paper, was the one that was the first one I cut, and it was really, you know, like my first, attempt. So I did wind up using it on this 1-inch strips because by the time I figured out all my measurements, I wasn't able to get a second strip, so I wound up doing those as 1-inch strips. So I got 13 cards out of all of this. So what I wound up using for these cards was the Tim Holtz Fresh Baked 2. There is a Fresh Baked 1 that has like a Santa and a mitten, which I'd like to get, but this was the 2. And this one wasn't as easy to find, maybe because of the gingerbread, but I had bought this off of eBay and it came from like the UK or something, but I will put a link down below for what I can find for where possibly you can find it now. And then my joy is cut out 3 times, and I really need to clean up the foil. I've got some glue on it. I cut it out in foil once with these Honeybee Joy honey cuts. This is a great one. I like this because you get 3 different dies. The Joy obviously cuts out just the words. The secondary one will give you a shadow, or you can use it to cut out the stamp of it. And then there's this one with like a dotted background that gives you a shadow on it, which is really nice. And then they have a lot of different words that you can put with the joy, like joy this Christmas, joy this holiday season, wishing you joy this so you can see there's so many ways that you can do this. I thought about adding some more onto that, but you know what, this endeavor was getting to be longer than I wanted it, because I kind of wanted to get these quickly done, and I'm into day 3 with them because of how long I was having to figure out to give for these to dry. So this really only took a couple hours. First 2 batches I let them sit overnight because I was thinking it was going to take longer, but the 3rd batch that I needed to finally get this done probably dried in about 2 hours. But again, I wasn't over there. I was doing some other stuff and wasn't right on top of it. So here's what I have left of this paper pack. What I found was I had to cut this at 5 1/4, which only left me with a 3/4 inch strip, which is why the first one when I did it, I cut a 1 inch strip and I was left short-handed. So I have several 3/4 inch strips here. And then, so you cut the 3/4 inch and then you turned it this way and you cut the 2 3/4, or 2 5/8, 2 5/8, and then I was left with this really small, like 1/2 inch section of strips. So I'm gonna see, maybe I can do something with these. I have this paper left, which is the one that looks like I said, like that manufactured plywood, which I wasn't really that happy with. And then I still have this as a full sheet, and just this was like a probably 2 inch by 5 1/4 inch or whatever. So I do have some left, and then I do have the this left. So I'm gonna end this for this paper pack now. I expect I will do a part 2, and in part 2 I'm going to see what I'm going to use, if anything. I may just seriously just put this in a donate pile. I don't know that I want to do anything with that. I don't know what, I'll see what I can do with these, because I don't want to waste, but like I said, I'm expecting to do a part 2. I may just get to the point, because I'm looking at this right now and I'm just feeling so not inspired. So, I don't know. Maybe I will get a point. Maybe there will be a part 2. Don't be surprised if you never see one as a part 2. 'Cause honestly, like I said, you do this for fun, and if that little bit is going to guilt me into having to keep working, it's not going to be fun. And I think I only paid like $5 for this or something. It wasn't a lot because you didn't get a lot, and I'm not going to sit here getting guilted over that, truthfully. So anyway, done with all my ramblings, but I am happy with my 13. So I hope you got some inspiration from this. Hope you liked them. If you did, I'd appreciate some thumbs up. Subscribe down below for more upcoming, because I have a lot. I'm going to be making 2 or 3 more videos right now of things to wrap up with. So lots and lots more to come. See you soon. Bye.